So I'm Jay and I'm a registered nurse, and lately my sleep has been butt cheeks. And trust me, I've noticed the ill effects. It's been dragging down everything from my focus, my energy, even my workouts. But it's time to make sleep my number one priority. But here's the twist. Over the next few days, I'm gonna try out some of the weirdest sleep hacks I could find on the internet. Taping your mouth closed, red light therapy, even grilled cheese before bed actually has some science behind it. We're gonna try these out and see where they rank up. But let me ask you this, what is the point of grinding so hard if you're operating at half your potential? And that's what getting poor sleep does to you. When you skip out on good sleep, you are sabotaging your progress. You're more likely to crash out at the world or your girlfriend or binge on an entire pizza at midnight. No judgment. We're gonna rank these hacks using a tier list to build our ultimate sleep routine. From weird to surprisingly brilliant, let's get into it. If you have any form of social media, you've probably seen mouth tape on it and someone saying, "get mogged." Now what's interesting about this is I've actually been mouth taping for a few years now. When I first started talking about it, people were calling me insane. And I totally get it, because if you don't understand respiratory physiology, it sounds insane to completely block your mouth with tape. But using mouth tape and only breathing through your nose at night actually has some science behind it. When you mouth breathe, you get poor quality sleep, snore, and you get increased stress levels. On the contrary, nasal breathing increases nitric oxide production, which improves oxygen delivery throughout your body. So when you breathe through your nose at night, you're getting a deeper, more restorative sleep. Your nose is like a natural filter of the air, so it really helps your immune system as well. So I was looking at Amazon reviews of some mouth tape. This one from Chris, spelled C-R-Y-S, says, "I tried product on my elderly mother." You tried this for her? You put it on her? "I tried it on her last night. It did not work at all. It did keep her mouth closed, but she was able to suck air right through it and continued snoring as usual." Well, Chris, she's 85. Don't look at me, I'm naked. Here's my mouth tape. Night, chicken nuggets.
It's 33 degrees Fahrenheit with cloudy skies.
I use the Ultrahuman ring to track my sleep at night. And I'll be honest, when I take nights where I've used mouth tape and nights where I don't see a drastic difference in my sleep quality or sleep length. I will say that I do wake up feeling better, and I also can pretty much guarantee that I never wake up with dry mouth or sore throat. Research does show that nasal breathing can improve oxygen efficiency by up to 20%, which means better recovery and better energy the next day. The people who should do this are people who snore, wake up often with dry mouth, or feel like they're probably mouth breathing overnight, or just want to try to optimize your sleep quality. This might help a little bit. This is not for people who have sleep disorders or nasal blockages, especially sinus issues. Probably don't try this. Other people might be worth giving it a shot. We put mouth tape on this bad boy. Sure. Remember to stick around to the end, because we're going to unlock the ultimate blueprint to help you sleep like a little baby. So of course we know that temperature is crucial for good night's sleep. There's a lot of super cool underbed cooling systems like 8 Sleep, but they cost $2,000, $3,000, even $4,000, which I can only dream of one day affording. So I went to Amazon to search for cheaper options, and the first thing I found was this BedJet, which is literally a freaking fan. It's $500. So because of this, I'm thinking we can cool the bed with other methods. Now on the opposite, if you want to warm up your bed, boy, do I have some ideas for you. So to use the cooling power of the tower fan, we need to connect it appropriately, which is kind of difficult. The BedJet sits at the edge of the bed here. We are going to put it here so that it doesn't get my feeties too cold. Okay, that doesn't look half bad, does it? It's not that bad. Let's fire it up. It looks like it's gonna work. I just turned the fan on. Look at that. It really works. It's floating. I feel like the camera's not showing it. It's working. The fan is working too good. It's got my toes all cold. This is crazy. I had to block it off with a pillow. Okay, the BedJet, that's just an overpriced fan. So that's a scam. But the tower fan, surprisingly, honestly, heck yeah, bro. That thing is dope. So it's time for the sleep hack that I've been most excited to try, and it's grilled freaking cheese, bro. One important thing is, as I'm making this grilled cheese at 7:30 at night, I have the lights down. I only have this light and this light because I don't want to mess up my circadian rhythm while we make this bad boy. The funny thing about grilled cheese is it's actually based in science, and I found this from Joel Green on Instagram. Take a listen.
A number of science papers over the last few years have shown that a high glycemic meal 1 to 4 hours prior to bedtime actually helps sleep onset and sleep duration. In addition to that, peptides like alpha-lactalbumin that are in cheese and dairy products have the highest tryptophan content of any food source, and tryptophan gets converted into melatonin. Ideally, tryptophan passing the blood-brain barrier requires a high glycemic level, and that is supplied by using sourdough bread, which, as an added bonus, ferments in the gut.
Woo! Look at that. Y'all didn't even know I was that good. If anything, I'm going to sleep better just from the serotonin boost I just got from this bad boy, because holy crap, it's so good. Grilled cheese. This is a tough one because there is some science behind it, but I just don't like eating that close to bedtime, so I'm going to put it at sure. For the next sleep hack, we have to travel back into time. It's called being a caveman. So essentially the theory behind this is to emulate being a caveman, and there's a few pieces of that I totally love, and it's having a dark and cold sleep environment. Awesome, great. The thing that I'm not so excited about is you're supposed to sleep on the floor. Why? We got a comfortable bed right there. So I truly wanted to give this one a shot. I think if you're a back sleeper, this could be doable, but I'm not a back sleeper at all. So I gave it a try for like 3 minutes, and that's all I could give. I'm sorry. I suck. But this one is busted. That's just a scam, man. This is just chiropractors made it so you up your back. So the next hack that you have heard me talk about before is red light therapy. But the internet tells me to do it before bed, but I do have some reservations about this. Red light itself has a ton of benefits. It penetrates deep into the skin to stimulate our mitochondria. This helps repair muscle tissue, reduce inflammation, and even calm the nervous system, setting the stage for deep restorative sleep. Now, a 2012 study found that athletes exposed to red light for 14 days improved their sleep quality and even their performance. So yeah, red light is a performance and health hack. I knew from the get-go I had some reservations about doing it at night before bed. That's a little bit weird. Towards nighttime, we want to minimize our light exposure. If we are going to expose ourselves to light, red light definitely is our best option. It sort of mimics, like a fire at night. I think a big energy powerhouse like this red light machine is going to disrupt my sleep. So I gave it a shot. I did this for a few nights. Each night consecutively, I had a harder time falling asleep. Now, I slept well. I had good recovery scores, but I had trouble falling asleep. So what that tells me is the timing of this red light is important as well. My intuition served me right. I think it's better to do red light in the morning or midday, and that's where you get all those benefits. It doesn't say the exact timing before bed, but they did do it at night. Maybe this is a me thing, but personally, I think doing red light maybe a little earlier in the evening is better than too close to bedtime. I'm a little torn as to where to put this because when I tested it, I was using it at night and that didn't really work well for me, but during the day, it's great and I think it does help sleep. I'm going to put it at sure. I'm about to try the military method, which claims that you can fall asleep within 2 minutes of doing it. This technique was designed for soldiers to fall asleep extremely quickly, even in stressful or noisy environments. To start, you want to relax your face, drop your shoulders, exhale deeply. Relax your legs. You want to scan your body from head to toe, thinking about each body part trying to relax it. Then you want to clear your mind. Imagine a calming scenario like lying in a canoe on a still lake under a blue sky. If that's hard to do, then instead repeat the phrase, "Don't think," for about 10 seconds. Essentially, what you're trying to do is very quickly relax your body and clear your mind. Sometimes I do struggle to clear my mind at night, so this could be really helpful. I think it's a little bit helpful. We'll put it at sure. Alright, what's a sleep video without supplements? But I'll shoot it to you straight, I don't think these are necessary. Maybe this one. But notice how I don't have melatonin in this mix. Supplements are always tricky because everyone is looking for that magic pill that's just going to change your life, and a lot of times they're just avoiding the work that's actually going to make the difference. Now, magnesium is also a train that I've been on for quite some time, but it's actually gained a lot of popularity on the internet, but for good reason. 68% of Americans don't get enough magnesium. Our food just doesn't quite contain magnesium like it used to. But here's the deal, magnesium is involved in over 300 biochemical reactions within the body, including those that calm your nervous system, It helps regulate neurotransmitters like GABA, which is essentially your body's chill pill. So by upping your magnesium levels, you're probably going to sleep deeper, recover better, and wake up a little less like a zombie. On top of that, it also helps with your digestive system, with your heart, your muscles. So if you want to get on the magnesium train, I would stick to glycinate or threonate. Try to avoid magnesium citrate and magnesium oxide unless you want to paint the walls of your bathroom. Those ones really help the digestive system. So be careful with the form that you use. Glycinate or threonate are probably your best options. Now, comparing nights when I remember to take magnesium and nights that I don't take magnesium, I did notice actually a little bit lower resting heart rate. My HRVs were pretty similar actually, but I do feel like I sleep deeper when I take magnesium. If I were to recommend any supplement for sleep, it probably is magnesium. Now, everybody's favorite scientist, Dr. Andrew Huberman, has a few core supplement stacks: magnesium, apigenin, L-theanine, glycine, ashwagandha, and inositol. Now this brand, Just Ingredients, which is basically just all clean ingredients, which is really cool. I found this nighttime chai mix, which has magnesium, tart cherry extract, L-theanine, and inositol. And on top of that, it tastes pretty good. So I've been giving this a shot at night to see if I notice a difference. And if I'm being 100% with you, I don't know if I notice a difference, but I really enjoy this as my wind down routine. You know, when it starts getting later in the evening, I'm starting to think about bedtime. It's just really nice to make a hot cup of this chai mix. But for supplementation, again, I want to clarify, most of you don't need anything, maybe magnesium. Otherwise, you don't really need much. If you stick to the other things we're going to talk about in the blueprint, you probably will sleep very good, just fine. We'll put it at heck yeah, specifically magnesium I'm putting there. The others I'd put at or sure. So after testing all of these sleep hacks, I wanted to create a blueprint of science-backed, evidence-based things that we can do to sleep really good. So here it is. It's going to be rapid fire. Caffeine cutoff timing, GOAT. Stay active throughout the day. Movement matters. Make sure that you're not eating too close to bedtime. Don't drink alcohol. Don't do nicotine. Take that zin out your lip. Warm showers and baths or sauna 1 to 2 hours before bed will help lower your core body temperature and help you fall asleep faster. Journaling and doing to-do lists at night will help you have less anxiety before bed. Consistent bedtime alarms. Set an alarm for when to go to bed. This keeps you very consistent. Once that alarm goes off, you start doing your bedtime routine and you get your ass to bed. The thing I've been doing a lot recently is putting my phone in the kitchen, charging it away from my room. Now first, this keeps me from being on my phone late at night and scrolling TikTok. Also, my favorite part is when I wake up in the morning, I'm not tempted to lay in bed and just, use my phone. Instead, I'll get up and go to my phone. And once I'm already up, I'm way more productive. One of the biggest needle drivers of sleep is getting your lighting right throughout the entire day. In the morning, you want to get natural sunlight. Also, do not wear blue light blockers in the morning. You want blue light in the morning. Okay, blue light is part of the whole UV spectrum in the morning. Don't block it. And if I'm being completely honest, I just am not sold on blue light blockers in general. To me, they seem more like a marketing scam than anything else. Instead, you're better off just trying to put away screens and keeping lights low. That's your best bet. So when evening time comes around, try to use only natural lights. In the winter, of course, it gets dark way too early, so instead use really low ambient lights or red night lights. But the lower to the ground, the better, and also not super sharp overhead LED lights. I'm going to say that again, not overhead lights. Do not use those overhead lights. They're horrible. They're ugly in the first place. Just don't use overhead lights. Okay, they're ugly. It's also really helpful to go outside for a walk when the sun is setting. This is just a natural signal to the brain that it's getting darker out. Might be time for bed soon. For your room setup, you got to keep it dark, you got to keep it cold, and you have to have the right sound environment. It can't be loud, you can't have distractions. So I'd recommend using white noise. I use my Alexa and just say, Alexa, play white noise. And if you're a mouth breather, consider using mouth tape. It's totally okay to nap, but keep those naps to 10 to 20 minutes, not much longer than that. Exercise is super important, but don't do intense workouts close to bedtime. You can go for walks, but don't do intense workouts. It's really important to stay hydrated all day long, but don't hydrate too much close to bedtime. That needs to be in the morning. If you struggle with relaxation, I would recommend Yoga Nidra, NSDR. Another thing is be careful with trackers like the Ultra Human or using your Apple Watch, because some people get too obsessed with it and become ortho insomniacs where you can't sleep because you're thinking about your sleep score in the morning. These are great tools, but don't overthink the results. Gotta go about your day regardless of what the results are. So, well, I hope to get you good sleep tonight, sleepyhead. If you like this video, YouTube thinks you're gonna like this one and actually this one. So click on both. Peace out and subscribe.
3, 2,